Hey guys, I want you to watch this video and then give your feedback on how you think we've progressed from this task to the final.
Alright.
What time do you call this?
Sorry, sir, I just came back from the hospital.
Sunday, July the 17th. The day that changed my world, maybe not your world.
In the preliminary task, you could see that obviously the title used, they weren't that professional, and obviously you didn't have quite a lot of knowledge about title before, but obviously through the research and the planning tasks, like you've watched a lot of film openings, you know how the tiles are supposed to come in, which tiles are supposed to come in where, and obviously in your final you can see that you've obviously gained quite a lot of knowledge now about which tiles go where, and obviously your tiles in your final were quite good. They were professional. They were what I would expect from a thriller opening.
Through the characters, through prelim and final, I'd say the costume had a big effect because the teacher in the prelim was wearing a baseball jacket which isn't appropriate to his role. I'd say he should have wore a suit or something just to show that he was a teacher, like emphasize the character a bit more. Also, there was just a few mistakes, like a student in the prelim, he said he broke his finger or something, and he held it up his thumb. That's an error within the prelim. Whereas in the main one, you didn't really have no errors. It was more continuous. Everything was appropriate to its, so was the black background appropriate, and also the characters. Both characters were wearing black clothing to emphasize the setting and the location. So I think you done good within the characters within the final, whereas the prelim wasn't really up to scratch. And in the final opening, the girl was actually stereotyped in wearing a blouse and a skirt and black high heels, which shows that she was a victim, and this is emphasized through that. And also the antagonist was portrayed in a hoodie, which also exaggerates him being a criminal and whatnot. To sum it all up, I would say through the prelim to the final, you've made a big progress.
Obviously you could see from your prelim that when you were doing the prelim, you were rushing quite a lot, you didn't have a lot of time. So obviously you could see that through the prelim task, but in the final you had a lot more time to do it, spread it out. You had time obviously to do your research, your planning over 2-3 months, and obviously that made quite a lot of difference because you were a lot better organised at that time, and obviously as a group you knew your group members a lot better, so obviously you could work better together.